Hello and welcome to another episode of Hard Play. This is episode 8 of The Witcher 2, and as always, I'm Michael, your player 1, and spectating with me today is David.
Hello.
Boom, right back into it.
What were we talking about last episode?
Talking about TV, and remember I was talking about Fargo a while ago? Well, I died, didn't even notice.
Sorry.
I was like, oh, this movie says it's based off real stories, but then the TV shows says it's also based off of real stories, and it's different. So it turns out neither of them are true stories at all. It's just like, that's not a thing at all.
Cinematic convention of saying it is.
Yeah, which kind of annoys me a little bit, but I don't care. Whatever. But yeah, like it's episode like 3 or 4, and it turns out that it's like, oh, the TV show is a sequel to the movie, so it's really cool. Okay. So watch it. Just make sure you watch the movie first. I'd seen the movie, but I rewatched it beforehand.
Smart, wise.
Yeah, it's a really good show. I think it was like 10 episodes. Yeah, and just like really entertaining. I don't know what channel that was. That might have been an FX as well.
Putting out some good stuff. Gonna have to watch that. Although I have to watch the film first, which I have not seen.
Yep. Because the films are Coen Brothers.
How old's the film?
Oh, 2005 or 6, I think.
Okay.
Oh, but I heard this amazing story, though. It's like, so none of the Fargos are real, but there's this film coming out this year that's actually based on a true story about Fargo. It's about this Japanese woman who is like a prisoner, and she finds a tape of a VHS of Fargo and watches it and thinks that it's real and thinks that it's a treasure map to in the movie Fargo it's like a briefcase full of money that's buried in the snow.
Yeah.
And it ends up getting left there. So she thinks that it's real, thinks that the money's there, and sets out from Japan to like wherever it is, somewhere snowy. What is it? They've got funny accents and they live in the snow.
Alaska?
Yeah, I think so. It's probably Alaska. Oh god, again.
Funny accents.
They're all like, oh dear. That's probably bad.
Scottish?
No, yeah, it was bad impersonation. I shouldn't have tried doing that.
So it's an American accent?
Yes.
Are they Canadian?
Yeah, it's like...
Canadan?
Yeah, but it's like really silly Canadian accent.
Quebec? It's like the... sort of French?
Yeah, it's
I'm sure they're all really insulted. You know, the ones with the silly accents.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm sure we don't have any viewers at all that are from there.
No, but full stop. Horrible thing to say.
So yeah, it's like, I don't know.
I like the idea of
Canada.
that. That's fun.
So yeah, like apparently that really happened. And like the movie starts with like, this is based off a true story that's based off of an untrue story or something. Absolutely amazing.
I hope that isn't lying. That would upset me if that was lying.
That would be very bad. From what I've heard, that is a true story that actually happened. And so she goes out to the snow and dies there of hypothermia or something.
Sort of not a great ending.
I'm sure they'll spruce it up for the film.
Yeah.
It's not spoilers, guys. It's just real life.
It happened. Make sure you save it after this fight.
I will. I don't know if I would have been able to save it as we were like running down this mountain.
Oh, okay.
Probably was one of those like, no, you're in direct combat. We won't let you save. Whoa.
Nasty.
I think we're doing good this time.
You got way more health. Oh. Maybe spoke. No, it's alright.
And another season I finished watching was season 1 of American Horror Story.
Finally.
So that was... Well, I've finished it a while ago. I just hadn't told you. But yes, I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Have you watched only that season, or have you watched the newer stuff?
I've watched the second season as well.
Yeah.
But I thought, just talk about the first season first.
No, that's fair.
I really enjoyed it, but then I think the ending wasn't too
The
good.
ending was a bit weak. Because it's
Kind
like,
of weak.
oh,
It's like, how do we end it?
the obvious, the sort not obvious, but the like cliche. If this was a single episode of like a show that does different stories with one episode a week, it's like that's how the story would end.
Yeah, and
Which is the point, because it's a horror story.
and it kind of felt like that. Like the first that last episode kind of felt like the first episode of a new season.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I did like it overall, but I got this sort of this feeling that I also did with Dexter, where it's like I started out really liking the cast, but by the end I was kind of like didn't like them so much.
He was never great,
Yeah,
the dad, which is fine because he doesn't really. You don't see him again, really.
so I was like super into Dexter for like 2 to 3 seasons. Third season sort of dropped off for me, but then like after that it was just like, no, I hate every actor in this. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it at all.
Even Dexter?
Just can't stand it, especially Dexter.
Oh wow.
Oh no, I think he was like, yeah, he was like kind of alright. There was some stuff with the writing that I didn't enjoy the later seasons with him.
I
But I think his performance was still fairly good. And that kind of happened with American Horror Story, where I was like, I did really like this, but I kind of don't want to watch them anymore.
Yeah.
And then I watched season 2, and I like that a lot more.
It's better, isn't it?
It is. It's just better. Awful setting, like so, like just like, I don't like it. Like that, the good kind of not liking it.
It's because as a show, it can't really be proper horror.
Yeah,
It can't be scary, but it can be like disturbing, which it does. That season does so well.
very disturbing.
And
Asylums are just disturbing.
and that actress whose name I unfortunately can't remember.
Who was the newcomer to the series?
No, the older woman who's in all of them.
Oh yes, yeah.
who's
Yeah,
just amazing.
She had such a better role this time
like
around
she was
as well.
just way better cast.
Yeah, I also like the casting of the boy as well,
Yeah, he's really good as well.
as like a young man and not like an angsty teenager who's also dead.
Although he did a good job of it.
He did.
I really like him. He's unfortunately a bit wasted in the third season.
I don't know, maybe that'll be fine for me. Maybe I'll be like, that's alright, I've seen enough of him, and I'll be fine, like, not seeing him for a while.
Yeah, well, he's in it. He's just not very. Yeah.
And I kind of felt like this... See, there's that guy. And it's like, is that
he's
him
dead.
dead? I think so. I picked up his sword. I felt like the second season also didn't quite have as good an ending either. I think there was a good closure with the, what are they called? What do they call the killer? Something face? Was it?
Yeah, what was it?
God, that's
Because he wore.
embarrassing.
Oh, it's been a long time since I saw it.
It's only been like a couple of weeks for me.
I watched it when it came out, week by week. It wasn't a very good name.
No.
It was like Bloodface or
Yeah, maybe Bloodface or something like that.
something like that.
Sound like idiots to the people listening. What I've learned is like, yeah, like it's like playing games and talking is difficult, and also just like,
Well, you've got a harder job than me. I'm just
yeah, like yeah, I've got an excuse, you don't. But I just find like, just like being like on air as it is and being like, oh, talk for entertainment to entertain others and stuff. I just think like a lot of my knowledge that I would have that I'd be able to like just bring up at any time and be like, oh yeah, that film came out in this year and this was the names of all the characters and the characters' names in the film.
Yeah.
I just can't so much.
Well, it's like that part of your brain shut off because it like brings out a different side of you when you're playing the game. You don't have that instant recall.
Yeah. So I feel like a bit of a hypocrite when I'm watching Let's Plays or podcasts and I'm just like, they're idiots. Like, they're so wrong. It's obviously this.
I know that.
Now we're doing it.
And you'll watch this back and just be angry.
But either way, yeah, that plot I think was finished, like all tied up and wrapped up nicely. But the stuff with the aliens, that was a bit sort of like never properly explained, or
It never really...
like ended up nothing happened with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, they skipped forward a bunch of years, so surely like we could have seen the kids when they were like, you know, much more like young adults, and they actually start doing something that was like the purpose that the
Yeah, it kinda
aliens took them for, and did something to them.
Kind of got
different now.
introduced, and then the first 2 seasons hint at a lot more than you actually see in the show,
Yeah.
which is like cool and un-American in a way, because that's not normally what American shows do. But the 3rd season doesn't do it, and it feels much more complete as a result. It's got a really
I think that
clear ending, but I think that's
good.
partly, I don't know, I feel like it could be partly a deliberate thing, because well, they're based on horror stories, and it's like, well, horror stories, if you tell them out like around a fire, don't
like they change
necessarily
every time and stuff like that.
yeah, and they
all
don't
have the same
necessarily close
facts.
all the gaps, because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you just introduce elements that evoke moods at the time, and
Yeah.
then you kind of ignore them and just
And like the horror story is generally like a mystery sort of thing. So like you're
Yeah.
introducing all these things, and that's what I've seen a lot in other films. It's like, yeah, to weave this mystery, we're putting all these plot points in that are sort of red herrings,
yes,
just so that you don't know what's happening and stuff. Which was kind of like Prometheus, where it's like,
Yes.
well, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be the prequel to Alien, but how is the alien going to show up? And so
Yes.
there was like 6, 7 different, like, it was like there was the goo, but then there was also the little chest burster kind of snake thing that kills the guy, and there was so many different like things, and then damn it, he was just walking with us.
oh,
I didn't notice him. He was just like trotting along the rest of us. And then when it finally happens, it's like, well, there's still all of these sort of plot holes that you've opened up to be
Yes.
like, oh, what about this? What about this? And then you never answer them. Which
It's
can
just
work for a
there.
mystery, but it's just like, doesn't always pay off. And I
No.
think like it's much better in American Horror Story than it is in Prometheus, which just kind of does leave it like plot hole. And I said, yes, just load it.
but in a way with Prometheus, it's like, well, they're not necessarily plot holes if he comes back and does something with them, because they add to the lore.
A film that did do that whole like, oh, let's spread little morsels of mystery everywhere, I think that did it quite well, was Clue, the film.
I haven't seen that.
I didn't know it existed until I saw it on Netflix, and I was like, fuck it. I've got like a, you know, like a couple of hours before I go to bed where I'll do something. And it was, yeah, actually like kind of good.
Yeah.
Like I think they went into it like making it knowing that they were just like, this is stupid, it's a board game, like what are we gonna do?
Why are we making a board game into a movie?
So the premise to like get them all there in the building is pretty good, and like, yeah, it's actually like, yeah, quite interesting.
How closely does it adhere to the game in like...
There are all of those people with the names, and all of the weapons are there, and the murder does take place.
in one of the rooms as like the same rooms and same kind of layout?
Yeah.
Cool. So it's literally just a murder mystery.
Yeah, it's like plain and simple, like murder mystery. Bunch of people show up in this mansion in like a stormy night, and things happen, circumstances, they get stuck there, and people get killed. But it's very corny and like comedic as well.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, is it Poirot and, you know, kind of like that, or is it...
It's quite slapstick in the end, or just like sort of halfway-ish through.
Yeah.
it just goes like full out, like just like, yeah, it's just silly, but who cares? And then it did a fantastic thing in the end where it's like, oh, it's over, and you find out who the killer is, and then it just like goes to black, and you're like, oh, so that's it. And then it says, oh, did it happen like this? And they give you another ending, and that happens like 3 times.
Interesting.
Because it's like, yeah, you can't have a definitive murderer in the game of Clue, because it's random every time. So yeah, I really enjoyed that.
That's cool. I like that.
There we go, we're through. We're safe from that blasted area. Never again. So yeah, it was alright. Like, it's pretty, like, dumb, but who cares? It's a bit of fun. And Tim Curry's in it.
Oh, Tim Curry's always.
He's fantastic.
I'm going to have to
I
watch
love
it now. Who is
And-
he?
Oh, he's like the butler, so he's not actually one of
he's
the
not,
main...
he's not one of the characters.
He's not one of the main characters, no.
Death Mole,
But Christopher Lloyd is in it.
You're to explain what the hell.
As who?
I believe he's Professor Plum.
I'll tolerate no delays on this matter.
Is it good?
Summon all my company
Yeah.
commanders.
I mean, he's Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, so he's Christopher Lloyd, basically.
I'd like you to watch the Witcher closely. He just pulled me from a magic hell, so I doubt he wants my head as he took fall tests. But I'll not have him wandering round the camp like some stray dog. Occupy him for a time.
I didn't kill Foltest.
Is he saying this in front of you?
Yep.
Yes, yes, he is.
I'll see my mages first, then the Witcher.
Ah, just lovely. And here I'd hope for a calm little war.
Know where I might wet my throat around here?
Roach, willing to vouch for this overgrown urchin?
He did not kill Foltest or Demavend, if that's what you're asking. You've got my assurance on that.
Good enough for me. Let's go then.
Wet your throat. Which has a
Sounds good.
there's a phrase. I don't know. I find it unpleasant.
Oh, get off of me.
Oh wow!
Ow,
He
my body.
like, raped you. So did that guy.
Not so much. Kind of just like shoved me.
Molested you then?
Nah, I don't think it's that bad.
Our armorer. Busy as ever with military commissions.
I don't
Marching
care.
a Private commission from time to time.
Oh, money.
To steal some orange.
Yes?
Take me to the king. I've seen enough military camps in my day.
That I cannot, Witcher. I'm to keep an eye on you, the king's orders.
Really want to babysit me?
Sit me.
You're right. Let's go.
Hex failed.
Oh, he's like, do you really want to babysit me? And he's like, yeah, I do. You're right.
Seemed.
Or did he say no? He is leading to the king, maybe. Okay, sure. Failed. Whatever.
It's weird.
Don't know matter.
Failed, but like this guy doesn't know that.
We're in anyway.
He's just assumed it worked.
Yeah.
Placebo hex.
How's it going, lads?
I can't feel me plowing feet from all this standing around.
Wiggle your
Maybe I should be
toes.
Sending up some replacements.
In an hour. Open
Take
up
your
the
shoes
gate
and
the
socks
king
off and
wants
walk
to see
around
the
on the
Witcher.
rug barefoot and make fists with your toes.
Go
Yeah,
straight
don't-
to the royal
Did you say rug?
Yeah,
I've a
Don't
few
think we've got a
things to take
rug.
care of.
there must be a rug somewhere.
I'll be near the main gate if you need
It's like a wet, muddy, feudal, medieval camp.
The king wants to summon them to fight the rain.
Fine.
Just stick your
Don't lap up my Die Hard reference.
stick your feet in the
Fine.
fire.
I don't care.
Nearly everyone hunts you, yet you live in spite of that. Impressive.
What's this guy doing here?
He wants something. He's being nice.
I've helped you, yes. I trust I shan't regret it.
As do I. I wouldn't want to seem ungrateful.
Don't worry, you won't live to regret it.
I was unaware you fellows hired yourselves out for battle.
My aim here is different.
Really? Perhaps I can be of assistance.
What are you doing here?
What's the Emperor's envoy doing here? Satisfy my curiosity.
The last
It's a good place to start.
At the top.
Because, like,
expedition.
Nilfgaard, they've been everywhere where the kings have been being murdered.
We wish
I don't know about the first one, but
assistance, so, in visiting those lands hardest hit by the war.
Henselt is coping admirably as far as I can see.
The details of my visit here are reserved for the Emperor and the Kedweni King.
Sure, you can't tell me something, Excellency?
That'd be a secret. I mean, they could be important to me.
I can reveal one thing.
ooh,
The Emperor was
success.
very moved to hear the White Wolf had returned. He asked me to investigate the matter personally and submit a report.
Why do I interest him?
He didn't say. His Imperial Majesty keeps his motivations to himself.
His Imperial Majesty, voiced by Tywin Lannister in The Witcher 3.
Where to next?
I saw you with Foltest before. Now you're with Henselt. No doubt you'll visit the King of Redania next.
I need not go far. Radovid is en route to Lochmuin. Perhaps he has already arrived. We'll meet there.
Lochmuin? An ancient elven city quite a ways away, near the source of the Pontar. Why there?
The mages
Exposition.
re-established the council. They sent out
That's what he does, he just sucks up information. He's like, tell me more.
Well, he's already told us where to next. Why is that still there? Farewell.
Enough for him. Like, you don't have to, like, get that exposition.
I suppose.
it's
I
optional.
chose to get that exposition, really, didn't I?
Lochmoyne is where the third chapter will take place.
Come in, Witcher. I wish you to feel at ease, as this is an unofficial audience. You helped me in the mist, thus I surmise you do not seek my death. Which leads me to ask, what you do seek here? Geralt.
Let's be honest. He's not suspicious enough. Peace and quiet.
Peace and quiet, sire.
Why isn't he not suspicious enough? I think he's like smart because he's like, he came and saved me from being murdered.
Yeah, but if I wanted something if I actually wanted something, that's exactly what I would have done to have gained his trust.
No,
I'm
but
sorry,
like,
as a king, he needs to be more into it than that.
I don't think he's worried about, oh, what does he want from me? As long as it isn't, oh, that's Geralt. He's the Kingslayer. He's coming to kill me.
So,
As long as he's not coming to kill him.
I don't know what the question was.
fine.
Say yes.
A witcher named Letho.
Do you know each other?
No.
I
Oh,
don't
sorry.
know.
That's not what I was going to say. I would have lied.
Letho has suggested he knows something about me. It's possible we met before.
There's an old
But I
Kedweni
suppose-
saying,
Honesty is always best.
will never bite another bitch. 100% accurate where sorceresses are concerned.
To the matter at hand, sire.
Enough of your
Manifest
sexism.
claims this Letho is in the area. Is that true?
Yes.
What does he want here? My head?
He's hiding from Yorvit and his Scoia'tael. I don't know his plans.
And you aim to get him?
I do.
Last question. Do you know who had Foltest and Demavend assassinated? Who's behind the Kingslayers?
I don't know. But I'll find out when I find Letho.
My spies have confirmed your words. I suppose I must believe you. Now to the other matter. The mist, the wraiths, all that magic shit holding up my campaign. My mages, as usual, have proved useless. They blather on about higher magic, delayed curses and other hogwash, but nothing comes of it. This matter must be settled with a sword. A witcher's sword. Will you manage this task?
So it's either I'll manage or I'll try. I'll manage, I guess.
We can't say no. And they're just like, no, I'm just going to sit here and not finish the game.
And you'll learn the meaning of royal generosity.
Because if you didn't notice, there's like a Wraith army fighting a battle out there.
Yeah, that's all.
And
Consider Death Mold
there was
at your
that
disposal.
force
He'll give you
field,
all
that
the
like circle
necessary
around Death Mold that we
Yeah.
were inside. If we go outside of that, we just die.
Just straight away.
Yeah, it just drains our health and kills us.
Now, leave
So
me
it's like, well, we're stuck here. Sort of like in the first chapter, we're stuck there because of the Karen.
Sire, do you know who cast the curse?
Forged our way through the fog. You claimed it was Glevisig's curse.
Sabrina Glevisings. She was a sorceress, my former advisor. I ordered her bound to a wagon wheel and burned alive. While dying, she cursed me and my
Well, that seems like he deserved it to get there.
Wagon wheels. I could go for a wagon wheel.
What deactivated the curse? Or are we supposed to ask the top one?
No, I think we can ask the bottom one. I think these two are yellow, so it's like, well, we can only say one of them, I think.
Okay, but I still want to know what activated the curse.
Was cast 3 years ago. Any sign it's been active in the interim?
Is that important?
Sire, we're not talking about a fortune told in a tent on market day, or about some curse cast by a novice mage. This curse caused a solar eclipse and summoned hordes.
But we already know what happened.
We're dealing with a
You bashed that
spell that operates at several
priest's face against that
uncommon
rock.
knowledge and skill were required
Well,
to
that was like last episode. I'd forgotten that.
If I'm going to deal with it, I need you to cooperate.
Ah, the plague. So be it.
Didn't fucking say. What did you condemn Sabrina for? I would be much more interested in that.
You condemn Sabrina for, sire.
1 year after the Peace of Sintra, I fought Demerven for Lormark. General Vandegrift commanded a part of my force. He forded the Pontar and joined battle on this field. It raged until evening, when Sabrina Glevesig decided to take matters into her own hands. Fireballs rained down onto the battlefield. 3,000 men turned to bloody charred meat scraps. The fire consumed Kedwenis and Adernians alike. Knights boiled alive in their armor. Mad beasts howling with pain. War is for the honorable. When the likes of Glevesig enter the fray, it turns into hell.
There is a lot of exposition, but to be said, there's a lot of lore and
Yes.
backstory to all of this, and it's like, this is all very important.
I don't know if I care about any of those things.
Farewell?
Yep.
Let's just meditate right here in his tent.
Witcher, a word, if you will.
That was a very old school camera sort of thing.
Because it wasn't at all cinematic,
Yeah.
which normally this is.
Where are you
I
going?
have no idea how delighted I am to work in tandem with you.
I just love the design of his outfit. It looks so
Times
badass.
approach, girls, you shall see.
It's like, oh, he's like a sorcerer, but he's like, oh, I've got these like plate
Wonderful.
bits on my arms and a bit of chain around my neck.
Let's get to work.
I'm not looking for new friends, Deathmold. Let's get to work.
Especially from someone named Death Mole.
You seem to be the hero. How might I help you, White Wolf?
You hope that Death Mold is like a name like you have the White Wolf, or it's not actually his name.
Lifted any curses before?
Have you dealt with curses before?
I've cast a few in my time. One victim sprouted donkey's ears in a tail, another's house burned down. Nothing too serious.
Shame. Have you removed curses, lifted spells?
Never had the chance. But I mastered the theory involved.
You heard it. He's the one that turned all those kids in Pinocchio
You about curses?
donkeys.
Levis's curse is a 4th level blood spell. It's also known as the Archmistress's curse. A misnomer, for they've been cast by generally crazed mages and priests, not necessarily women.
You've done your homework.
How does a blood curse work?
Explain this blood curse to me.
An ordinary blood curse is a trivial thing. You let a little of your own blood. Best done at midnight, surrounded by lit candles.
Sabrina had a whole pyre around her.
I love how they just say it, like so
Yeah.
nonchalantly, like it's just the science to it.
Yeah.
Only necessary
It's like a circle of candles must be lit for it to work, obviously.
and prophecies. And a volume compiled by Tasside of Rees and Margarita Loanti.
I'm assuming this is like all that lore stuff. It's like, yep, this is all stuff, so let's put it in there.
Yeah.
I don't have time to read.
I'm not going to waste my time reading. Tell me the important bits.
No need to be ashamed, girl. In these times, few get the opportunity to learn the arts of reading and writing. Illiteracy.
Stop being a
I
prick.
can read, mage. Time's a wasting. Are you gonna start helping me?
The effects and phenomena generated by a 4th level blood curse require an immense amount of the power. The eclipse, the death of a dynasty, the battle of spectres. No sorcerer, no living being can summon such levels of energy. It's quite simply impossible.
But some clever mages discovered how to make possible the impossible. Since then, the world has lived in fear of your curses. Genius. What did you discover?
A prophecy that initiates a blood curse is simply a spell that binds the power. It should be cast at a site possessing the appropriate accumulation characteristics. A battlefield is perfect. Blood-soaked ground, defined boundaries, a symbolic dimension. When the caster utters the words of the prophecy, the curse begins to accumulate the power.
The power.
For the last 3 years, day after day, month after month, the initiating curse has been gathering the power, drawing it from the elements
This is
of fire,
fascinating.
earth, air, and water.
Yeah,
The
I
energy
don't
that
remember it. It is good.
the stars. Enter the activator, one of the prophesied events possessing its own symbolic dimension. It releases the accumulated energy for use by the curse proper. Ordinarily, the curse cannot utilize all the built-up power, which must be released in some way, so one gets side effects, like solar eclipses.
So I miss when I'm like watching Game of Thrones. It's like going back to this. You're like, I do miss having like mythological creatures everywhere and like
Yes.
magic and stuff.
Not all the spectres were aggressive. Did you notice that?
I noticed
all
that.
spectres were aggressive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it still has that like really deep political stuff to it.
Yes.
Unlike Lord of the Rings, where it's like, oh well, you know, there's Gondor and Rohan, and they're the human cities, and they're all friendly and good, and they don't fight for land or anything like that, like
No.
humans do. Even though they are apparently like the cursed
Yes.
beings that are all greedy and
They
stuff.
don't seem that bad.
Where it's like this, it's like, no, well, yeah, sure, there's mythological creatures and stuff, but it's like there's still kingdoms and boundaries, and there's like greed and stuff
As long as
about
the
it.
curse remains active, new ones will appear. The soldiers' ghosts are the key. If we could reverse the tide of the battle,
Don't delay. Grab your sword and start reversing.
some symbols of war that belong to two soldiers who perished here. Artifacts symbolizing hatred, death, courage, and faith. They have to
And
be
heart.
magically active and linked to the
Go planet!
They won't be able to summon the
Dun,
ghosts.
dun,
Well, I have
dun.
no idea how to find them, apart from which I know little about wars, scenes,
I'll deal with the artifacts. I have another job for you.
What other job?
We've already.
What's with the coins?
We
What
covered
coins?
Comet and murder. What about the coins?
We have those as well. Not enough for you.
No. Why do I get the feeling I've stumbled on some shameful secret?
A state secret.
If you don't tell me, your head of state may soon lose his head.
There's a plot afoot within the military. Those involved share a symbol, a square coin adorned with a fish. Let's do this. I shall in no way hinder your investigation, and you will reveal to me anything you learn. Should I happen upon anything related to the curse?
You'll let me know. So be it.
Didn't we do all this?
We've asked,
Are you
like,
sure
okay.
Sabrina cast the curse?
I think this is the last option.
Curses of this kind are cast rarely. There have only been 6 confirmed cases.
How many confirmed cases of their being lifted?
1. By a team of mages led by Archmistress Francesca Finderbear, whence came the curse's other appellation. In any case, Sabrina Glevissig was part of that team.
Small world, and one that just got a little uglier.
That's not all. The curse that Francesca and Sabrina dealt with was meant to end the lives of the last of the Tyson dynasty, the rulers of Kovir. It was cast by Scarlet Rodalega, a very talented but completely mad man.
Scarlet is a man's name in
Who
this.
were also involved.
I see. Sabrina just
Which
stole
I don't-
Normally, that's like a name just like left for like strippers.
Or Miss Johansson.
Oh yeah, of course.
The only Scarlet I obviously don't know. I don't like personally know her, but you know the only Scarlet I offhand know of besides strippers.
Let's get to work. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I thought it kind of sounds like it could be a stripper name.
You'll do the paperwork. I get
Scarlet Lips or something like that.
I'll need a number of protective
Or just
rooms to summon
if you're just like, this is Candy and this is Sapphire and this is Scarlet. It's like, yep,
Find something for me.
I suppose.
The runes need to
they're all triplets, stripper triplets.
I would watch a documentary which went into where stripper names came from. Like, when was
Okay.
the first time that women who were stripping,
your men should be
So
like, my name's Destiny, hi? Or is it just that girls called Destiny are more likely to become strippers?
Should do a study.
Yes.
Should like find like someone that's like named their child, something like that.
And then follow the child through life and see if they become stripper.
And then you also need to like do a follow-up, which is like a study of whether you following her around with a camera, waiting to see if she becomes a stripper,
In some
made her
way.
become a stripper.
So you need to blind it like a scientific study. So you follow her as well as someone without that name
back to the afterlife.
and see if they do it as well as not following someone but keeping track of what they're doing without them knowing,
Yeah.
with the name and without the name. Someone foretold it?
The only diviner I've ever trusted told me.
Interesting. That
A drunkard and a foolish love. He's dead, but keep your nose out of my past.
So yeah, we missed a whole chunk of dialogue then, but who cares? Huh, I pushed him. Look at that. Take that.
Nah.
I can't anymore. Oh, I'm gonna take your Orans. Take that, Death Mold.
My horns now.
Yeah, I thought you were just gonna say I'd like to see a documentary about strippers, and I was like, oh, I watched one of those called Strippers.
Oh.
It was on E4 and shot in Scotland. Like the main, was it Glasgow or something? Or I think maybe it was
Edinburgh or
There was
Glasgow?
3 episodes, and each one was in a different area of Scotland.
Oh, cool.
And they were like, oh, so we're like interviewing like 2 or 3 strippers,
From this area.
yeah, or dancers, as you might call them, to be less like, I don't know, rude. Or just, I don't know, we sound bad, I think, talking about this.
Why?
I don't know.
Someone has to.
What is it, Witcher?
May as well be us. But yeah, that series is quite interesting.
Is this Aldrin you're calling out for?
Yeah, it does sound interesting. I would watch that.
Aldrin, a god? If you suggested the god of drinking, I might agree. He's a maid. We agreed to meet at the tavern, but he's gone and got lost. If you find him, tell him we're waiting.
How will I know it's him?
I don't feel his voice
Oh,
matches
you'll
his
know Aldrin.
movements.
Nobody quite like that cunt.
Yeah. That's true.
What do you want?
I heard you calling out for Aldrin.
What of it?
Just curious. Half the camp's looking for him.
Well, he's gone and got lost. But Audrin's a good man. He can drink 6 noggins of liquor, one after the other.
It's a noggin.
I don't
I thought
know.
a noggin was your head.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a head worth.
Like any soldier.
Maybe they drink like grog out of skulls because they're the bad guys.
Well, that, or even just that's where it comes from, because they used to drink blood out of skulls. Not blood. Well, they might have. They might have at one point, but
Well, how are you going to get it empty to drink the grog out of it if you don't drink the blood out of it?
it's full of brain. Delicious and good for children.
I don't know. Do you reckon skulls are easier to make into cups than horns are?
I don't know. You'd have to fill in holes in a skull.
But then again, like the skull could probably stand by itself.
Yeah.
With the horns, you have to like have like a horn holder. Otherwise, they just fall over and spill everywhere.
Yeah. Well, it also depends on, with a skull, I'm picturing, and I think this is wrong, I was picturing you having the lower half of the skull. But what actually makes the most sense
Yes.
is having the top half of
That's
the skull,
true,
and it's just a
yes.
big bowl. Really.
It's true.
Mr. Candy himself would, be happy with that.
Ask the bloke from Game of Thrones
Yeah.
who was drinking out of the skull.
What are you doing? What you doing?
Changing from Audrin to like a main quest, the Blood Curse.
Are we not on that?
Because we talked to
We
the
had the
guys
whole
about
conversation.
Audrin just after.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it changed it to that one. The Eternal Battle. I don't think that's going to give us a waypoint to anywhere. Just gotta find
No.
a bunch of artifacts and things. Let's go out into the wild. Guys also looking for Audrin.
Who's this Aldrin fella?
Piss off out of here.
You're talking to an elder, so show a little respect, you prick licker.
Respect for you? This is no place for crappers like you.
I think everyone's a crapper.
Aye, true. Join the pigs in the pen, that's your place.
That was sneaky as.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, why are you rubbing your chin?
Oh,
Bam!
Bang! Right there. Ah. Pancreas.
Ooh, let's talk to Maverick.
Are you all right?
You'd best leave. Old Maverick ain't a good companion. Unless you're looking for someone to mock.
Well, yes, but not right now.
That happen often? What's the problem?
I don't mock people. I just sort of say sarcastic remarks.
My nightmares have invaded my waking life. The specters haunt and hunt me by day.
Come on. Nightmares are common. Start at the beginning.
One night, I walked to the riverside and sat there, staring at the stars. I must have fallen asleep. I dreamt of my birdie, her milk-white bosom, her gentle voice. I saw and heard her as if she sat beside me, and then that voice became a terrifying whisper, curdled the blood in my veins. I opened my eyes, but the spectre remained. It went on talking, hovering over me, stretching its mitts out towards me. I felt a deathly chill.
What?
Never been a coward.
Tell me.
At the fore and fierce in many battles. But a human's one thing. A spectre's another. No other way to put this. I shit myself.
We both read it before he said it.
Yeah.
Pants right.
That's why they called him a shitter.
Yes. Crapper.
Oh, crapper.
Yeah, sure you know his age rating. I'm not an asshole. Call yourself a soldier.
Well, you're not. Who are you to like electric people on that?
Yeah.
I'm the laughing stock of the entire camp.
You're a piss boss.
Around what time did all this happen?
I went to the
Rather
All,
than
all
just
the,
being like,
all the top ones are just mean, and the bottom ones are like, give me more information.
tell me something useful.
You're claiming that it's suspected. That's kind of my job. Get rid of these things.
Why does that keep going up?
Why did you go to the beach?
If we have to say that as the end to the conversation, that's not fair.
No, it wouldn't be.
My unit was on the lookout for Demaven's forces trying to cross the river. I just wanted to recall the old times.
So you took part in the campaign 3 years ago?
Took part? I barely escaped with my life. Leva, the brothel medic, saved me.
Brothel
Talk
medic.
to her if you want to learn more.
I love that as an idea. It's like, no, who needs nuns to be the nurses? Get the whores. I could get rid of that spectre for a
You're
price.
the Spectre, but you should know a witcher's services don't come cheap.
My soldier's pay is meager. Got but a few coins in my pouch and some pipe weed. Will you do it for that?
I guess I'll have to.
All right.
Because I don't want to have to call you a piss poor soldier.
Yeah. That would just like defeat you.
You might have changed quest in the process of that one.
I haven't.
No, it
strangely.
still says Eternal Battle.
Oh, that's right. That's how I was going to go. I was going to show you the brothel out of the gates, because something that is quite interesting. That's where Roach has set up his camp, and what's his name? Zoltan's there, which was funny because I would have thought that Zoltan would have, gone with the elves and the dwarves instead of the dudes. Wait, is that that's a door? But we can go and talk to him, and he's actually like cut about it.
Oi, Witcher! Out in these wastelands hunting monsters? Well, if you see two of my men, tell them I'll rip them both brand new assholes if they miss muster.
Tell them yourself.
Why don't you look for them yourself?
I've not gone daft yet. Droves of monsters prowl near this gully, and life's not grown tedious enough for me to just give it up.
Why did they go out there?
What are they doing there?
I think you've got no option but to say, all right, I'll look for him.
I don't want to look for him.
Dimwit don't
Then we can just
sneak out
not.
of the camp to go to the gullies.
Fine. Maybe they... No.
They may never return.
Anything's possible. But I, for one, hope they just overdid it with the liquor and fell asleep in some bush.
All
Have I
that.
come across anyone?
Look,
Huh,
Seaweed,
at least I shrugged.
you're a good
Yeah.
I
fellow.
really don't care. Can't you tell?
Find them and you'll see Corporal Zivik knows how to be grateful.
Whatever.
Now you're on Lost Lambs. See? Knew this would happen.
Oh no. We'll have to change it again.
There's a lamb. No, it's a dog. What am I saying? It's nothing like a lamb.
Also, we're not looking for lamps, we're looking for soldiers.
Sultan!
Geralt in these humble foreign walls.
Greetings.
My heart rejoiced to see that dear old noggin of yours emerge from a sea of unknown faces.
You calling me a thing of beer?
Huh.
Any news of Letho?
You've been around. Heard anything about the Kingslayer?
Just that Henselt is shitting himself for fear that his head is about to be separated from his shoulders. For me, the assassin's hiding out in the ravines, an ideal place for his kind. Anyway, I've been wondering, why the fuck do you care so much about this cunt that you're so ready to stick your neck out to find him?
He knows my past.
Letho knows a lot about me. There are certain things probably only he can explain.
But is it worth sticking your neck out to know what was in your head before?
It is to me.
What will you do when you find him?
What's Dandelion doing walking about like
I'll
that?
kill him.
A crime carries punishment, and there's only one punishment for murder.
How are you faring?
I see you prefer the company of Vernon and his men.
The soldier in Henselt's camp looks at me like I'm a lump of rotten meat.
You think they suspect you of being a spy?
Who the fuck knows what's in their bloody heads? You know what? I regret I'm not a spy. I feel like the last bloody cunt here. Somewhere nearby, my brethren are sharpening their axes, just waiting for the fog to dissipate so they can blunt them on some kid when he next.
Oh yes, that's right. Because if you go over with Yorvith, you're in this town that's like a mine. It's like a town built inside of a mine. It's like a dwarven city.
That sounds way cooler.
Yeah, so it's like, why isn't he over there with the dwarves?
Why is he not?
And he's like, fucking hell, Geralt, I followed you, but I regret it. Fucking bastard.
Take care.
Now you're asleep, Dandelion.
Take an interest in things.
Du-du-du-du-du.
As I think I always say, Dandelion just makes me think of Suzanne talking to Piper. What the fuck happened there, though? Like, with her, like, fuck.
The elder and the recruiter are coming for you.
I don't know. I kind of like can't remember half the stuff that happened in the second season. But I know that it was really good stuff.
Remember V?
Yeah, that was awesome. That was cray cray.
Like fucking with Suzanne, Crazy Eyes. Can you get in on these fights?
I don't know.
Fen,
I think you
keep
can.
dropping your guard like that and they'll beat. Who do we have here?
Someone who's worried about your close combat skills.
Yeah, let's teach him a lesson.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Troy,
Bring it on.
Let's see what my friend Vernon taught you.
Make some room.
close the distance.
You guys are fucked.
Did they take him?
Yeah. Oh.
Damn.
That had weight to it.
Whoa.
That
I didn't have weight
oddly,
then.
though. That felt way too light.
Yeah, these guys are a little bit tougher than everything that we've been doing beforehand.
They are soldiers, I suppose.
Doesn't matter though.
So yep, he's like dead probably.
Yeah, he's down.
Got a feeling Fen won't remember much of that fight.
No.
With a few more surprises up our sleeves.
You're gonna like fight your way through, aren't you?
Yeah. Let's do all of them.
Let's see what my friend Vernon taught you.
Stop saying that to everyone.
Close the distance.
As if Vernon is the guy who teaches these people.
Bam.
That this guy, he's like Rocky. He just takes the punch.
Boom! You really did. I was just like, so this is my left fist, and I'll hit you with it. This is my right fist. Now I'll hit you with both my fists at once.
Oh look, you're dead.
And you're unconscious.
Why not?
It looks like that guy's taking a piss.
Run out of monsters to slay. Why are you fighting my men?
Shit.
Just checking to see if you've taught them well.
Stop talking about you teaching them stuff.
You lackeys. Letting yourselves get thrown around like hay bales.
Oh, you get to fight him?
Give me a try.
Yeah.
Show me what you got, my striped friend.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Kidney. Was that it? You kidding me? So
I
yeah.
feel like that should have been longer.
You know when I said it was harder? It wasn't.
When? Feels like I've been kicked by a mare.
Sounds like you're talking about the Phantom.
From you, Witcher. We're always eager to learn. You deserve a prize.
Oh.
Need a reward.
It's no reward, just a sign of gratitude. We drag our asses round the world and collect all sorts of scrap metal. Take something. May it serve you well. See you soon.
Not so fast, Witcher. You'll take me on now.
Why? You don't look particularly...
So be it.
Sure, I'm more interested in that metal that they were
Yeah.
talking about. Bam. You're done for, man.
So it said you actually finished the quest. So who's the fuck is this guy?
Oh, he's putting up more of a fight than the other blokes.
Even than Vernon Roach.
Oh, that was a good one. I haven't seen that one before.
Nice finishing move.
What the bloody hell's all this about?
We're just practicing.
Want practice? I'll have you cleaning the canteen with your bare arses. How's that for practice? Back to the camp.
Oh, is that the guys? Did you just find them?
Maybe? Oh, shit.
Stop looking for square coins. You blitz it again.
Oh.
You just might lose your head over it.
Uh-oh.
So long.
That was interesting.
Where's my reward? Where's the metal that I can help myself to?
Want to practice some more?
No.
When the time comes.
Oh yeah, well I think we've beaten the shit out of him enough.
But where's scrap metal?
Boom.
Pansies, they're soldiers, but we'll have to make do with them.
The pig's cooked. I don't know, let's just go through all their chests, pick up everything. That chest was just filled with flowers.
The battle was on. Terrible losses on the left flank.
And orange.
Sweet, sweet orange.
And ran to the archers' corpses.
Did they start looting?
Don't need any of these. They're all
Shot
garbage.
at the enemy. I tell you, each shot meant a dead
Silver
man.
medallion.
Not bad.
Those were the self-combined.
It's probably like junk and it's worth nothing.
Oh,
Yes, that's right, sleep it off. Let's have a chat to Vez.
Greetings, Geralt.
Greetings, Vess. What news from the Blue Stripes?
They're keeping their eyes open, as always.
Maybe. I don't know.
We've lost the assassin's trail.
The trail led us here. If it goes no further, the assassins must be in the vicinity. I see two possibilities. Either Henselt hired them, or he's their next target.
We'll find out soon enough.
Maybe Henselt hired the assassins.
Could Hensel himself be behind the assassination?
I just said that to you. It's like literally what you just said. You can ask it straight back.
Temeria, Hedwyn,
But I wanna
and
know what she
Edwin
knows
have
about
been
it.
fighting it for generations. Only now, Temeria and Edern are kingless.
True. Hensel might profit from the deaths of Foltest and Demeryn, but covert assassinations aren't his style.
I suppose you're right. The Kid
Nah,
Wayne
skip it.
seems
I'm
to
bored
love
of
a
it.
good war.
Can you skip these conversations or have started it now? It's too late.
Yeah.
See ya.
See you later.
We got our orders and got busy preparing to leave the village. She comes up here.
I want my scrap metal.
Maybe we did get it and like
Oh, yeah.
got some knives. But how's this doing? Ooh, that's way better.
Nice.
It's pretty as well.
Mm.
It's because it's a prince's sword.
So that's the prince who died.
I don't know if he's dead. They said when they noticed him and they're like, he lives. So I don't know, maybe he's just lying there hurt.
Huh.
Apparently. And I took his sword off of him. Because we're secretly assholes.
You'll see him and he'll be like, I want my sword back.
Nah. Oof. He ain't getting nothing back. I guess. So I'm just gonna kill you all. Whoops. Oh, now I'm poisoned. That was bad. Whoopsie. Bang. Take a bit of that, bit of that, some necrophage shit. Oh shit. burn it. It's level in time. Don't know how to activate it. Might be when I start killing enemies, the extra bar will pop up. Because there is that for... But it was like... Before the combat balance, at least, it was... you would get to pretty much the end of the tree, and it would be like, oh, you unlocked this ability.
Yeah.
And so there was one for potions and signs and the swords. But it was like impossible to unlock them all at once.
But now it's accelerated.
I think so, maybe, because that was like the second last skill. If it is what I think it is. Can't find any baddies though. Oh, shit's gone down. Defense.
Hello.
This place is supposed to be crawling with monsters.
No one here.
Hey. They're respawning exactly where I killed them last. There we go, yeah, there it is. Bop. Wait for events to unfold. Oh, that was the score to settle. But the guy was like, you haven't heard the last of this.
Anything else to do?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll just stop it there. I have found Aldrin before, but I don't remember, so if we come across him, we will. Oh, look, my feet are right in the mud. All the way in. Ugh. Let's go have a look at how much money I have and if I can buy anything that's better than this crap gear.
Yes? You're the quartermaster's assistant?
Yeah.
Great. I want to see the best equipment you have. I've got the coin. The army stands to gain, not lose by me.
I should think so. So?
Oh. You can play dice with this guy.
Righty. Let's see. That's the shop.
Yes, remember, don't... Well, yes.
Nope, nope, nope. All garbage. Nope, nope. Oh, yeah. Some robust
Everyone loves some
trousers.
heavy leather trousers.
So... I think the heavy trousers for show. Buy them. 60 euros, that's a steal.
Gonna get the rare boots.
Let's have a look at the inventory. Let's figure out what I got wearing. So that was trousers I was wearing did nothing. So that's +4. What are my boots? They're nothing as well. I should put some armor on. That's why I'm dying. So they do nothing.
And rare boots at the bottom though.
So that is worth 7. So we should buy that as cheap as well.
Where it shows plus, is that over what you've currently got?
I don't... I don't think so.
It's just full stop.
I think it's just that's +7, because that's a +3, but that's just the same as my other thing that I'm wearing. That's a plus something. I'm pretty sure, or at least that's how I understand it to work.
Yeah.
The last time
You didn't buy the boots?
I
Didn't
played
like
it. I did.
Huh?
I'm paying attention, fool.
Sorry.
Superb.
They're worn leather boots. They're not the new ones.
No, these are the new ones.
Oh.
Superb Canui. Boom.
Oh,
got a new outfit on.
Nice.
It's like not quite chainmail, it's just like metal rings.
Why did that happen? You didn't buy a new top, did you?
What? Yeah, I did.
I saw you buy new pants.
Yeah. And then I went back in, bought this and the boots, because I said this is +7. So it's significantly better. And it's like got the unicorn on it to match these guys.
Yeah, it's nice.
They're my homies now. For life. Or for the chapter 2 of the game. Alrighty.